Hello everyone, today we're going to be talking about the current event. So as we know, the current event allows you to farm for these dark hearts whenever you do your weeklies, your dailies, and fishing. And in my patch previews video, I said that you guys should be focusing on picking up these 3 pets in order to get the 2 sacred vials as well as the 2 pet packs for free over here through the collections tab. So there is an issue with that. And the issue is you don't actually get enough dark hearts to buy all 3 pets unless you do the fishing. And in my patch preview video, I said to just do your weeklies, just do your dailies, and skip the fishing part. The main reason is because the fishing part, you need to fish 7 hours a day in order to buy the hearts necessary to buy all the pets. And I'm not going to be fishing 7 hours a day on this event. That's ridiculous. And the worst part was, we reached out to Cyan regarding this issue, and Cyan did talk with the developers in Korea, and they said that it's working as intended. For those who want to see the actual screenshot, it's posted right here, right now. That just shows how out of touch the Korean developers are with the NA community. Who the hell would fish for 7.5 hours as well as do your daily on every single character? Or let alone just 1. That's ridiculous in order to get 2 sacred oils and 2 pet packs. Fishing 7.5 hours every single day, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. So let's say that we go to plan B. We're like, okay, screw the pets. We're just gonna buy the oils. Then you find out the oils are 83 dark hearts each, which is absurd amount. I've been collecting hearts since the very beginning of the event. I've been doing my weeklies, doing my dailies, and I'm only on 51 of these dark hearts. So it doesn't make any sense. This event just sucks. Okay, I'm gonna just straight up tell you guys that it sucks. If you really need the oils, if you're desperate, or if you play that much every single day anyway, then by all means do the event. But in my case, I'm sitting out. I am sitting out this event. I'm just chilling. I'm playing other games. I've been playing a lot of Black Desert Online recently. You'll see that in tomorrow's video. I'll be showcasing my character, what server I play on, all that jazz, in case you guys want to try that. But, you know, for this event, this is really bad for me. Like, not interested at all in doing this event. I'm pretty much devolved down to just raid logging, and that's about it. So for those who don't know, the term raid logging is I literally log in maybe like 4 times a week just to do my raids. And that's it. And I don't touch the game until I need to do my next raid. And that is raid logging. And that's because the state of the game right now is horrible. The developers aren't treating us with the respect that we deserve or that we need. And NC West hasn't really done anything. It seems like NC West probably has no power at all over any decision making or anything in this game. It's just in a really bad state right now. And so for a lot of content creators, myself included, we've had to start looking at other opportunities, because if we continue to only make Blade and Soul content, it's not gonna last because of the state of the game. So I really do hope that NCSoft does pull their heads out of their asses and actually do something about it, or actually listen and realize that, hey, the Western market is gonna die out if they don't do anything, or maybe they'll just let it die. I mean, I really hope it doesn't, because I would be very sad since I've invested 3 years of my life making content for this game. It would be very unfortunate for them to just be like, oh yeah, you know, the Western servers are closing because they don't make enough money. And if you guys remember from yesterday's video, I was very, very upset where they just made a cash grab. It was just like, hey man, you need these items? Here, you can get them very easily if you pay us. It's this level of disrespect that just really turns me off. It's like, wow, you don't even respect your player base. You treat us as ATM machines. If you're doing that, then what's the point of us playing? There's such a gap between the developers of the game as well as the community. The developers of the game need to listen to the community in order to improve their game, in order to cater to the community and adjust their game so that the community will enjoy the game and will continue to play the game. By doing what they're doing right now, it's very similar to like a mobile game, like just a mobile cash grab. It's like, hey man, you're stuck on this level, spend this much money and you'll be able to beat it. Oh, you don't want to spend that money? Okay, we'll leave you here for 6 months. or even a year. And you can just suffer there for 6 to 12 months, finally grind the gear to move on to the next level, and by then we'll have like 5 new levels that you have to grind through. And this type of mentality and this type of business model really upsets me, because it's not a business model that's thinking in the long term. It's a very short term, what can I gain now type of mentality, which will not win in the long run. It's going to lose, and eventually the game will die if it continues down this path. So the game is not going to die overnight, okay? The game, at the bare minimum, we're going to get the Unreal Engine 4 patch onto the NA servers. That's the bare minimum, but depending on how that goes in the West, it determines whether the game will die shortly after the Unreal Engine 4 update or not. And so far, from what we've seen from the Frontier server and everything, it's not very promising, because at the bare bones, it's using the new graphics engine, the Unreal Engine 4 graphics engine. It's supposed to make the game perform a lot better. And from what we've seen, the game has not performed that much better. And so that is very discouraging. It's extremely discouraging. And so I know a lot of players who have just thrown in the towel and just said, I'm done with this game. You know, we were all waiting for Unreal Engine 4, and it finally did a teaser or came out in Korea. We all looked at it and it was a pile of dog shit. So what are we looking forward to now? Are we just looking forward towards more cash grabs? Or are they actually going to clean up the engine, optimize it, and give us a product that actually looks like they tried? But yeah, it doesn't look so good for Blade & Soul. So a lot of people, myself included, we just got to move on to other games. We got to start looking at other avenues. Ekagen's looking at Arknights. I'm looking at BDO. Evil Duosarm's also looking at BDO. I think Jark has Final Fantasy 14 and BDO. The ridiculous thing is, I've only played BDO for 2 days, and the performance difference is night and day. I can play Black Desert Online, everything maxed out on 1080p, and have 144 FPS. Blade & Soul, I can barely run the game in a raid. I get 14 FPS in ET. I get 9 FPS at the very beginning of a fight. That is not an acceptable level of performance that a game should be running. Who would play the game at 9 FPS? It's ridiculous. It's literally a PowerPoint slideshow. It's not enjoyable at all. And it's not really playable at all either. So even if you manage to change management and make all these things better, you still need to fix the optimization. And I'm getting really sick and tired of complaining about this over and over and over. I sound like I'm beating a dead horse. I really sound like I'm beating a dead horse. Like, NCSoft, you know you have optimization issues. Why not face it head on? Why are you adding more and more cash grabs and more cosmetic crap on top of this collapsing building with no foundation? It doesn't make any sense. If Crimson Desert comes out and they manage to replicate your combat, you're legitimately screwed, Blade & Soul, because that is the only thing keeping the majority of your player base here, is because your combat is so unique, it feels so good, you feel powerful, and that is the only redeeming factor of this game. So I really hope you guys wake up, pull your heads out of your asses, and fix this game. Anyway, that's it for me today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, I would appreciate a subscribe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.
What can I say except you're welcome for the heals, the boosts, the rest.